Hey guys, the Epiphany mod just released its 6th wave, including the new character Tarnished Lost. But before I can explain him, I have to tell you how he is unlocked. To do that, we must play a run as Tainted Lost and do the unthinkable. Drop our holy card in the starting room instead of using it. Then go ahead and clear the floor. As soon as you have killed the first floor boss, go back to the starting room. You will find your holy card has turned into a new item called Broken Orb. Go ahead and pick it up. Collecting the Broken Orb will grant you a new pocket item and turn the current run into a special challenge run that prevents other unlocks besides Tarnished Lost. Using the Broken Orb will turn a random item in the current room into a Mantle Shard, which will grant you a one-time Holy Mantle Shield when you pick it up. The goal of this unlock challenge is to collect 6 of these shards and bring them to a bedroom, which conveniently spawn on every single floor while you hold the Broken Orb. But that's not all. Each time you defeat the boss of a floor, you will instantly be ported into another random boss fight of the next chapter, which will also grant you an additional item. Your goal is to get 6 Mantle Shards as quickly as possible, without sacrificing the needed firepower to advance in the run. So don't forget to pick up a few good items instead of dismantling all of them. You basically want to pick up the best offensive items to defeat the bosses and turn some utility items into shards, as they would only be needed in a longer regular run. The Broken Orb works on any item pedestal. It doesn't have to be the treasure room or boss room item. You can finish the task quite fast if you get the orb charged up in the right moments. As soon as you got the 6 required shards, a light beam will appear in all bedrooms. Remember, they will spawn on every single floor on this challenge, so just go there. This beam will also mark the end of the challenge run, as it teleports you right to the home floor where you will find Tarnished Lost on the attic of the house. I'll just let you watch and enjoy the awesome cutscene that is about to come. Now that you know how Tarnished Lost is unlocked, it is time to tell you how he works. First of all, he starts with innate flight and spectral tears, just like all other Lost characters. His starting stats are almost all base Isaac stats, but unlike Tainted Lost, who starts with a times 1.3 damage multiplier, Tarnished Lost comes with a times 1.2 tear rate multiplier instead. This multiplier does not only affect Tarnished Lost's starting tear rate, but also boosts the tear rate gain from all the items and trinkets you get throughout your run. Just like Tainted Lost, Tarnished Lost also has restrictions when it comes to the items he can find in his runs. He will also mainly find such that have the offensive tag. This would make you think that he has the same passive better items ability as his Tainted counterpart, but there's a huge twist here that makes it way worse. That's because he can also find items with the no lost BR tag. These are mostly useless items that get fully removed from regular Lost runs while he holds his Birthright effect. Most of these items are red health related or do something when you take damage or have contact with enemies in general, which is all pointless for any Lost character. However, there's one more thing to know. There's also a list of 21 items that are blacklisted. These items cannot spawn in Tarnished Lost runs, despite having one of the previously mentioned tags. As you can see here, most of these items are strong defensive tools or respawn items. Tarnished Lost can't find any of these, which is a big hit to his options for survival. However, just like for Tainted Lost, it is still possible to get these usually unobtainable items with the help of either the spin down dice or the death certificate. But what do you do if you find some of these useless items? Well, that's where Tarnished Lost's pocket active item and main mechanic Divine Remnants comes into play. This item is both his source of defense as well as his tool to reroll items. It is up to you to balance these two contradicting effects to shape the outcome of your run. While fully charged, Divine Remnants grants Tarnished Lost a shield similar to the Holy Mantle. Taking a hit at this stage will break the shield and remove all its charge. Taking another hit after that will obviously kill you, just like the other Lost characters. But this is not the only thing that will happen when the shield breaks. Each time the shield breaks, Divine Remnants will also move up a level, which increases its required charge. There are 3 levels which need 4, 8 and 12 charges respectively. It is also important to note that battery pickups are only 1/3 as effective as usual when they are used for Divine Remnants. A regular battery will only give it 2 charges. The item can also be used to break the shield on purpose. Doing this will level it up without it losing the charge of the previous level, allowing you to charge it back way faster. Doing this will also reroll all usually useless hard pickups in the room into other random pickups that are more desirable for Tarnished Lost. You should always try doing that instead of using it in an empty room. The new pickups can be nearly anything: coins, keys, bombs, cards, runes, pills and even trinkets. However, the hearts will never reroll into any batteries, chests or sacks to prevent easy game breaks. However, things change a lot when using Divine Remnants in a room that contains items. Doing so will reroll all of them, but the charge of it will be completely removed. The items rerolled by Divine Remnants will also lose the No Lost BR tag, which means the new items cannot be any of those previously mentioned useless ones. This is also where the importance of Divine Remnants level comes into play. The higher the level of it, the better will be the quality of your rerolled items. To be precise here, using it at level 1 will roll the new items into a range from quality 0 to 2. You can reroll useless items, but you shouldn't expect any run-winning results from this. Using the reroll while Divine Remnants is at level 2 will increase the quality range from 0 to 4. This is basically the full range and thus identical to a D6 reroll. As you can see here, using the reroll will not only remove all of your charge, but it will also decrease the level of your Divine Remnants by 1 after each use. The same is true for level 3. Using it there will make it drop down back to level 2. You have to level it up once again if you want to keep using the better rerolls. Speaking of which, the reroll at level 3 is obviously the best and will set the quality range of your rerolled items from 2 to 4, removing all quality 1 and 0 items as possible outcomes. All of this makes it very obvious that charging Divine Remnants is crucial for your success with the character. That's why he also has a passive skill to help with that. His innate ability Challenge Charge makes him get extra charges for clearing certain room types. This extra charge is granted to both his regular item and Divine Remnants. Clearing a mini-boss room will grant 1 bonus charge for a total of 2. Beating the last wave of a challenge room will also grant you 1 extra charge, making it 4 charges for all 3 waves together. Boss challenge rooms will grant you 1 extra charge for each wave, which also pushes them to a total of 4 charges for the entire challenge, since there are 2 boss waves. Floor bosses will also grant you a big amount of extra charge that depends on the required maximum charge of your items. The extra charge is calculated by the maximum charge divided by 3. This means a 3 charge item gets 1 extra charge for a total of 2, and a 6 charge item like the D6 gets 2 extra charges for a total of 3. Always try to keep that in mind when planning the clear order of your rooms. Another thing that can help Tarnished Lost with charging up his Divine Remnants item is his personal Birthright effect, which is called Risk Refund. Holding it will give a chance for all champions and boss enemies to drop mental shards. Each shard you pick up will grant you 1 charge of your Divine Remnants item. Bosses will even spawn 3 mental shards at once. This, combined with the passive extra charge ability, will almost always lead to a fully charged Divine Remnants after the boss, if you play it right. This was basically all you need to know about how Tarnished Lost works. It is now up to you to decide how you want to play him. You can play him very greedy, but also very conservative. Always think carefully about your rerolls. You only want to use them on items that are totally useless, since each roll will also remove your shield for a while. There's only one thing that is true, no matter how you want to play the character. Don't get hit. Losing a charge on Divine Remnants without any reroll will hurt a lot. Try to make as much use out of your hard reroll ability as possible to min-max your run. And also remember to plan ahead with the challenge charge passive to not waste any uses of your Divine Remnants. Anyway, that was it for my showcase of the challenging new character Tarnished Lost. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to the channel, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye!
He's the number one,
Isaac!
God's favorite son. His flowing robes reach down from heaven.